Do you want to start your own successful business, but you do not have the money to start one? Then this video is for you. My name is Christina and I have sold over $500,000 worth of print-on-demand products within the last 2 years. But when I first started my store, I actually spent quite a bit of money just trying to get up on Etsy listings fees, design software, different mockups, and a lot more. But over the years, I have found many different workarounds for students of mine who did not have the capital, even $10 to invest in starting their business. So if I had $0 to invest in starting a business that could seriously turn into what replaces your 9-to-5, then this is exactly what I would do. For those who are not aware of what print on demand is a business model where you create designs for thousands of different types of products that you can choose from, and you have a supplier that can print and ship that for you. So Printify is what I use. And if you take a look at their catalog, they have thousands of different products that you can choose from. And how it works is you create a design, you place it on a product, you list it on a selling channel. I do Etsy. And then once you get a sale, they will print and ship your product for you so you never have to touch it. And why this is so fantastic to use is exactly for the reason here. 100% free. So you actually do not pay Printify unless you get a sale. In that case, when you get a sale, what's going to happen is you're going to pay the price that Printify charges for, say, a t-shirt, and then you're going to be charging your customer more. So then you get to keep the difference between what you were charged by Printify and what you charged a customer. If you were to start your own t-shirt business, you would need to buy bulk t-shirts, you would need to buy equipment, you would need to buy a facility to create these in. This would have a very large capital cost at the beginning versus doing print on demand has zero risk because you're not spending any money to start creating products. So as soon as you get your business up, you're not having to invest in any large capital items to begin, but now you still have stock of millions of different products to choose from. Printify also offers something called Printify Premium, which is $39.99 a month and gives you 20% off of all of their products. So once you start making continuous sales, you can save even more once you cross that threshold of making the discounts equal to over $39.99. And just a quick tip, if you use my code C.U.Online, you get a free month of Printify Premium. So that's 20% off of every single order that you make. So now you have your products, but how about your selling channel? If you try to create your own website, you're going to be spending money on domains, you're going to be spending money on Shopify, on a hosting platform, or you can choose to sell on Etsy, which is free to get started. And over the last 2 years, I have only sold on Etsy, and I'm about to hit the 600K mark on my revenue for my sales again in the last 2 years with just Etsy, which is free to keep using. You just pay 20 cents per listing that you put up. But if you haven't started your store yet, you can use a 40 free listings link. I will link one in the description below. You can Google one if you don't want to use mine. I don't really mind, but just know that you're able to start with 40 free listings. All right, now we have our sales channel. We have our products, but how are we going to create our designs for free? So two of my favorite design platforms right now are Canva and Kittl, but for most new people, you're probably more familiar with Canva, but you do need Canva Pro to be able to save your files in a way that you're going to need for print on demand. So you can start with a free trial, which is 30 days of Pro, and then seeing where that leaves you. And maybe at the end of 30 days, you are ready to pay for Canva. But if you want to continue with a totally free software, then there is a software called Photopea. So Photopea.com is a completely free online version of Photoshop. Many of my designs that I have created are just text-based designs. And even using Canva, I've had to come into Photopea many times just to be able to do a certain effect because Photopea had the capabilities while Canva did not. Photopea already has thousands of pre-loaded in fonts, but you are also able to bring in your own fonts that you find for free on the internet if that is the way that you would like to go. And some places that you can grab some free fonts, you can grab them right from fonts.google.com. You can come in here and download these and then bring them into Photopea. There's also a site called defont.com, which has tons of different fonts that you're able to use. You just need to make sure you're finding ones that are allowed for commercial use. And to make sure that the ones that you're finding are allowed for commercial use, when you are searching, you just need to hit this more options button, and then you need to hit public domain and 100% free. This way, these are public use. That means they are allowed for commercial use. And then as long as you apply that, submit, then everything that comes up you can download and you can use on your print-on-demand products. This is a secret tool that I have been using forever, I think since high school DaFont existed, and their library has only grown significantly. You can filter by a bunch of different types of fonts. I have Fancy on right now, really, really cool ones that you won't find loaded into programs usually. So this is a great way for you to grab completely free fonts for you to use. And then you can load them into Photopea so that you can continue using them in your designs. Creative Fabrica is something I want to mention here, but they are not completely free. They do have a free month or your first 10 downloads for free, but after that you are going to have to keep paying for their subscription, but I'll let you guys know about it anyway. This is where you can come in and grab some really cool different types of fonts that you won't find on dafont.com. You can also find tons of different graphics that you're able to commercially use. So if you needed a duck photo, I'm sure Creative Fabrica has a bunch of different duck photos that you can save and bring into your designs. And then they also have free mockups that you can use if you pay for their subscription. And what are mockups? Mockups are blank photos of print-on-demand products that you can superimpose your design onto. That way you don't have to pay for your products every time you create them to get some photos. You can just make them online. So using Creative Fabrica, if you are going through their free month trial or you decide to continue paying, they also have a bunch of different mockups that you can use. Usually I ended up buying my mockups on Etsy because I just really like the vibe of a lot of those. So here, just to show you what they look like on Etsy, you would search up the exact product that you are selling, and then you would drag your design on top using Canva. But again, we're talking about how do we get these for free? And these are for you beginners who want to start with $0. And I've actually just taken the liberty myself of making a bunch of different mockups so that you guys can start using them for free. You can download them in the links below. Just go to my folder, enter your email, and I will send you a package of different mockups that you can be using. And these will cover a few different print-on-demand products so that you can start creating your designs and mocking up your designs for free. So using Photopea, you can download these files that I provided you. Here's an example of one. And then you can upload your design by either just copying it over or from your saved design, hitting File, Open in Place, and then just positioning it on top of this photo and saving it and then uploading it to Etsy. Okay, but if you've been learning about Etsy or print on demand, you've probably heard of everybody talking about research tools and how you can do research before you start designing so that you're starting from a basis of success. And pretty much every single tool requires payment. But when I started my store, I didn't have a clue about these research tools. And I actually found ways to do my research completely free. And this topic is actually like a 15-20 minute topic all by itself. But I actually recently did a full video on how I do free research, and you can check out this video over here. I mentioned this in the other video, but I will here as well. I actually really love to use Everbee now. It has really sped up my research process, and they do have a free plan, but it is pretty limited. But the paid plans, once you start making sales or once you are very serious about this, will save you so much time on research. But again, if you have zero money to start, then check out how I completely did my free research. Again, in the video that was just linked, or it's going to be the video that comes up after this one. And for those of you who are more interested in learning about Photopea, I also have a full Photopea tutorial on my YouTube channel that you can check out to learn how you can create designs for free using this tool. Using these tools, you can absolutely get started on a successful print-on-demand business starting with $0. As you make sales, I would recommend starting to spend more money on mockups and tools to quicken your listing process and your research process, but you don't have to upgrade until later, until you see that it's working. That is exactly what I did. Yes, I put in some money early on when I first got started, but because I didn't know about a lot of these tools, and if I did have to restart and I had $0 to my name, this is exactly how I would do it.